All right, welcome back. Millions of Americans suffer from depression, and often they're put on some type of medication to control that. But for some, medication is not the answer. That's why many doctors are excited about a new treatment option that uses magnetic pulses in place of medicine. Here to explain how it works, we have Dr. Scott West from Nashville TMS. Dr. West, welcome back to Midday.
Thank you for the chance to be here.
Absolutely. All right, so first explain what TMS is.
TMS, or transcranial magnetic stimulation, is a treatment option. It's a medical device that was approved 2 years ago by the FDA for treatment of depression that has not responded to other treatments. Interestingly, last week on Friday, the American Psychiatric Association released a revision of its treatment guidelines for major depression and includes TMS in that as a treatment option.
Really? Okay.
It uses, as you mentioned, a magnetic device. It's a magnet like we find in an MRI machine that when placed over the left part of the skull causes a pulsating magnetic field.
You can hear that.
And in doing that, it stimulates the left prefrontal cortex, which then stimulates other parts of the brain that are associated with mood control. It's an outpatient, non-invasive procedure that takes 37 minutes for the entire procedure session, and it takes 5 sessions a week, 4 to 6 weeks in order to accomplish the goal.
Gotcha, but 37 minutes for each specific session.
Right.
Okay. Now, many Tennesseans obviously suffer from depression. Let's hit on some of the signs of depression. What do they need to be aware of?
The signs and symptoms include difficulty with concentration, fatigue and decreased energy, feelings of guilt, worthlessness, insomnia, sleep difficulties in general, irritability, loss of interest in activities, appetite difficulty, aches and pains, sadness, negativity, and even thoughts of suicide, as y'all were talking about earlier in the program.
Right. Now, who is an ideal candidate for Nashville TMS?
The ideal candidate is somebody who has clearly has major depressive episode. The studies show that people that have this type of treatment earlier rather than later tend to do better, but that's the case with other treatments too. We have good treatments for depression, including medications and psychotherapy, and when people don't respond to a course of treatment, that then puts TMS as a treatment option. And earlier in that process, instead of waiting too late, though we have had some success with people that have had long-standing depressions. Okay,
well, that's also good to know. But if someone is suffering from depression, how would TMS change their daily life?
Much like with other treatments for depression, people notice a decrease in the symptoms that we mentioned, but also just an improvement in the quality of life. A couple of examples. One person who's a teacher that had TMS starting in April and had been dealing with the stress of the start of school each year over the last few years, commented to me this year that this year was the easiest beginning of school that she had to deal with. No change in student or school. It was just her ability to deal with the stress.
One simple example, but it is changing lives. It's a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much
for coming on today. Thank you for the information, Dr. West. Well, if you or a family member is suffering from depression and medication is not working, and you would like to book an appointment with Nashville TMS, you can give them a call. The number's right there, 615-327-4877, or just log on to the Mork Midday section of WSMV.com for a link to the website.